Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at 8 p.m. today to talk about issues relating to COVID-19 and the efforts to combat it. Chairs high-level meeting to review the ongoing efforts to contain coronavirus, discusses ways to further strengthen India's preparedness. "148 active COVID-19 patients in India. 15 persons have recovered so far. Health Minister reviews preparedness for containment and management of coronavirus. Also reviews screening facility at IGI airport and interacts with inbound travelers." As a precautionary measure in the wake of novel coronavirus, government issues directions to educational institutions including UGC, CBSE to postpone all examinations till the 31st of March. JEE mains also to be rescheduled and the new date of JEE mains to be announced on the 31st of March after reassessment of situation. COVID-19 infects over 212,000 people around the world with more than 8,700 deaths in 164 nations. China reports zero domestic case for the first time. France reports 89 new coronavirus deaths in the last 24 hours. US reports 2 congressmen test positive. Italy reports nearly 500 new deaths. Australia declares emergency. German Chancellor Angela Merkel calls it the biggest challenge since World War II. Supreme Court rejects curative petition of Nirbhaya case convict Pawan Gupta on his juvenile claim. All 4 convicts scheduled to be hanged tomorrow. Seven candidates from Maharashtra, including Union Minister of State for Social Justice Ramdas Athavale, elected unopposed to the Rajya Sabha. Former Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi, nominated by the President, takes oath as a Rajya Sabha member. Good afternoon. Those were the headlines at 12:30. I'm Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. Starting first up with taking a look at the latest developments in the spread and containment of the deadly COVID-19. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation on the coronavirus outbreak in the country tonight at 8 p.m. During his address, the Prime Minister will talk about issues relating to COVID-19 and the efforts to combat it. Earlier on Wednesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting to review the ongoing efforts to contain COVID-19. Ways to further strengthen India's preparedness were discussed. This includes further enhancing testing facilities. Prime Minister emphasized on actively engaging with individuals, local communities and organizations in chalking out mechanisms to fight the COVID-19 menace. He also urged officials and technical experts to deliberate on the steps to be taken next. Prime Minister expressed gratitude to all those at the forefront of combating COVID-19, including the various state governments, medical fraternity, paramedical staff, armed and paramilitary forces, those associated with the aviation sector, municipal staff and others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is constantly engaging with people on Twitter to keep the confidence high. Prime Minister is not only tweeting but also replying to tweets to keep the engagement more lively. Prime Minister lauded all those working to make it possible and said no words will ever do justice to their exceptional efforts.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi retweeted several tweets from citizens on tackling COVID-19. He congratulated Odisha Chief Minister, saying, "Setting a great example, Chief Minister. I hope others also emulate Naveen Babu. We all can do our bit in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Naveen Patnaik tweeted he has registered his sister's details in the government portal for persons coming from abroad. Prime Minister also lauded @FinSec law for encouraging employees to maintain productivity while working remotely. He wished the firm the best. Responding to Saber H. Chaudhary's tweeting, lauding the SARC video conference initiative, PM Modi said, working together can lead to good results. He thanked PM Hasina for sharing her insights with fellow SARC leaders. Prime Minister also retweeted Pranjal Sharma's tweet, reiterating Prime Minister Modi's call to researchers, innovators and tech lovers to share emerging technology solutions to fight COVID-19. Prime Minister also lauded a resident doctor from Sadarjung for his PSA, asking people to stay home. PM said, and I quote, "A shout out to all those working to make our planet safer and healthier. No words will ever do justice to their exceptional efforts."
The total number of active coronavirus cases in India has risen to 148, including 25 foreign nationals. One case each has been recorded from Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Puducherry and West Bengal. The highest number of 42 confirmed cases have been recorded from the western part of India, that's Maharashtra. A total of 15 persons have recovered and have been discharged from the quarantine centers. 3 deaths have been recorded till now. The central government has asked all ministries to install thermal scanners in government buildings. All gyms, recreation centers, creches in government buildings have been closed. Ministers have been asked to discourage entry of visitors to government offices. Visitors and temporary passes have been stopped with immediate effect. Air India has suspended all flights to and from the United Kingdom and Europe from today onwards till the 31st of this month. As the coronavirus tally keeps on rising in the country, the first positive case was detected in Jammu and Kashmir's Kanyar district in Srinagar on Wednesday. The patient had travelled to foreign countries in the past and arrived in India on March 16th. The patient is currently put in isolation ward and surveillance has started in the 300-meter area surrounding the patient. The news was confirmed by the J&K Planning Secretary Rohit Kansal and has also urged people not to believe in rumours. Jammu Kashmir has so far reported 4 positive cases with 3 cases from Jammu division. With the increasing number of cases in the country, 3 more positive cases of coronavirus were found in the Junjunu district of Rajasthan. The patients who had returned from Italy 8 days before include a husband, wife and a 2.5-year-old kid. Moving down south to Tamil Nadu, a 20-year-old passenger with a travel history to Delhi has tested positive for COVID-19 in Chennai. He is the second case of novel coronavirus to be confirmed in Tamil Nadu. State health officials released a bulletin which confirmed he is stable and under observation in the Rajiv Gandhi Government General Hospital in Chennai. All those who were in contact with the patient are currently under home quarantine. The patient hailing from Delhi arrived in Chennai on March 12th. He admitted himself at the hospital on March 17th and the result of his test came on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Rajiv Gandhi Government General Hospital has discharged Tamil Nadu's first coronavirus patient. The 45-year-old man who had arrived from Muscat in Oman was admitted in the hospital after his test samples were confirmed positive on March 7th. He has fully recovered and will be home quarantined for the next 2 weeks. The state currently has 4 isolation centers at Ponnamalai in Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore and Tirchi. According to reports, as of now, there are 40 persons in this quarantine centers. Both union and state governments continue to monitor and review the level of preparedness of hospitals and quarantine facilities, besides bolstering the state of healthcare facilities. Dr. Harshwardhan, the Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, chaired a high-level review meeting about the preparedness of hospital management on Wednesday. Dr. Harshwardhan also reviewed the quarantine facilities for evacuees. He said that this will be done every day with the aim of improving them. He lauded efforts for active surveillance and effective contact tracing. Dr. Harshwardhan also reviewed the screening facility at the IGI airport and interacted with inbound travelers.
I had come here to, in fact, review the arrangements that we have made here, specifically to ensure that everything, to be convinced myself also that everything is running smoothly. And you must have also observed how smoothly and how coolly the things are being maintained in the most professional, I would say meticulous manner. We are doing our utmost to ensure that in the most scientific and professional manner we take care of what is required to manage the situation arising out of the COVID-19 pandemic in the whole world. Thank you.
The HRD Ministry on Wednesday directed the CBSE and all educational institutions in the country to postpone exams till the 31st of March in view of the coronavirus outbreak. HRD Secretary Amit Khare said that while maintenance of academic calendar and exam schedule is important, equally important is the safety and security of students who are appearing in various examinations, as also of their teachers and parents.
We have decided that all examinations, CBSE, NIOS and university exams, they are rescheduled and postponed till 31st of this month. Similarly, the evaluation work is also postponed till 31st of this month, because there are certain competitive exams like JEE mains where students have to travel to different centers, many a times outside their cities. Therefore, the JEE main exam will be held a little later. It was to be held from the first week of April. That new date for JEE exam will be announced on 31st March after assessing the situation.
Railways has cancelled 84 more trains which will not operate between March 20th and March 31st in view of the coronavirus and low occupancy. With this, the total number of cancelled trains has climbed to 155. The national transporter had cancelled around 99 trains on Wednesday night. All passengers having tickets in these trains are being informed about it individually. In an effort to augment the nation's fight against the spread of COVID-19, Indian Navy has set up a quarantine camp at INS Vishakhapatnam in Vishakhapatnam in the Eastern Naval Command for Indian nationals being evacuated from COVID-19 affected countries. The quarantine camp is fully equipped to accommodate nearly 200 personnel with all suitable facilities and other arrangements. The evacuated personnel in the camp will be closely monitored to ensure social distancing and under medical supervision in accordance with the protocols laid down by the Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, by a team of naval personnel and medical professionals of ENC. Well, moving to the apex court, the Supreme Court today dismissed the curative petition filed by Nirbhaya death row convict Pawan Gupta. Pawan had sought the commutation of his death sentence to life imprisonment, claiming that he was a minor at the time of the incident. Earlier, the Supreme Court had dismissed Pawan's petition on the 20th of January. He filed a review plea, which was also dismissed by the Supreme Court on the 31st of Jan. All four convicts are to be hanged on Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. The mother of Delhi gang rape victim Asha Devis today expressed confidence that Nirbhaya's culprits will be hanged on Friday and she will finally get justice.
मुझे पूरा उम्मीद है कि कल इनको फांसी होगी और निर्भया को इंसाफ मिलेगा, पूरे देश को इंसाफ मिलेगा, क्योंकि अब ऐसी कोई एसएलपी, कोई मर्सी नहीं है जो इस डेट को पोस्टपोन कराए। जो भी है अनलीगल है, जबरदस्ती है कि नहीं, जबरदस्ती का दिखाओ और फांसी को पोस्टपोन कराओ। तो ये अब सब अदालतों को पता है और मुझे अदालतों पे, अपने न्याय व्यवस्था पे पूरा भरोसा है कि ये चौथा डेट वारंट है, लेकिन ये फाइनल है और कल 5:30 बजे उनको फांसी हो।
Former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi today took oath as the member of Rajya Sabha. President Ramnath Kovind has nominated him to the Rajya Sabha. Following the oath, Union Minister Prasar said that Rajya Sabha has a great tradition of many eminent persons coming from diverse fields, including former Chief Justices of India. He added that Gogoi, who has taken an oath today, will surely contribute his best.
This house has a great tradition of many eminent persons coming of diverse fields, including of former Chief Justices being nominated by those who, I regretfully I say, I shouted. The Honourable Member Gogoi, who has taken oath today,
no discussion. Minister,
will surely contribute his best as a nominated member.
Right.
And it was grossly unfair to do like that.
Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, 7 candidates, including Union Minister of State for Social Justice Ramdas Athavale and Nationalist Congress Party Chief Sharad Pawar, have been elected unopposed to the Rajya Sabha. The official announcement in this regard was made in Mumbai last evening. Moving on, Reliance Group Chairman Anil Ambani today appeared before the Enforcement Directorate in Mumbai in connection with a money laundering probe against Yes Bank promoter Rana Kapoor and others. Ambani's 9 group companies are stated to have taken loans of about 12,800 crore from Yes Bank, which turned out to be bad loans. The US Senate on Wednesday passed a legislation providing more than $100 billion to confront the new growing coronavirus outbreak. The bill will provide free tests, expand paid sick leaves, additional food aid and other urgently needed steps. Meanwhile, US Senate leader Mitch McConnell said that the chamber will then work on a legislation aimed at aiding small businesses during the coronavirus crisis. The coronavirus, which emerged in China late last year, has now infected over 212,000 people and caused 8,700 deaths globally. US President Donald Trump said that production of desperately needed medical equipment to battle the coronavirus pandemic has begun to accelerate. He also announced to invoke a Defense Production Act to allow US government to speed the production of masks, respirators, ventilators and other equipment needs. Trump said he would invoke another law that would allow US authorities to turn back migrants seeking to cross the southern border of the United States illegally. Trump further added that a hospital ship will be sent to hard-hit New York to help people affected by the contagion and that a second hospital ship will be deployed to the West Coast.
It's our time. We must sacrifice together because we are all in this together and we'll come through together. It's the invisible enemy. That's always the toughest enemy, the invisible enemy, but we're going to defeat the invisible enemy. I think we're going to do it even faster than we thought, and it will be a complete victory. It'll be a total victory. So we will be invoking the Defense Production Act.
As the death toll crossed 100, USA starts with the strictest of measure and curbs yet to contain the novel coronavirus. Also, Washington state reported 6 new fatalities, bringing the country's total to 103, which means that all 50 US states have now been hit by the virus. And in a shocking move, the Federal Reserve cut rates to avoid a recession. Here's our foreign correspondent Nick Harper reporting from Washington.
It's been a weekend unlike any other, and Americans are being told it's only going to get worse. Many people have been avoiding large public places. We've seen museums, churches, libraries closing down, and there's been no sports to watch on TV. And as we head into the new working week, this is where things stand. Top public health officials at the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, are recommending that there should be no public gatherings above 50 people. So if it's larger than 50 people, they're saying it simply has to be cancelled for the next 8 weeks. New York City is seeing some of the most aggressive measures being taken. There, all bars, restaurants and cafes are being told they have to close down. They can only offer takeaways and delivery services. And clubs, cinemas, theatres, they've all been told they have to close as well. Supermarkets, we're beginning to see reduced hours and, of course, coming with that, panic buying. But the president is telling people that they don't have to hoard essential items. At a press conference earlier, he said, take it easy, just relax. relax. As for schools, we're beginning to see more closures. 29 of the 50 US states have now enforced public school closures. In New York City, that will be beginning on Monday and will last until the 20th of April, all in all affecting about 25 million people countrywide. And the economic pressure, of course, is being felt. The Federal Reserve has been trying to ease that. In a shock move on Sunday, they reduced interest rates by 1%, bringing them down to 0% in total. But the thinking is that Wall Street will still drop at the open, potentially by as much as 1,000 points.
The UK government announced a €330 billion package as well as other measures to support its economy as the coronavirus death toll hits over 70. The UK finance minister said that he wants to give the country's businesses all the tools he can to help them make it through the pandemic as severe social restrictions become advised. Let's hear about this from this report.
On Monday, the UK government announced a huge raft of measures to try and protect people from the effects of coronavirus. Now it's announced a huge raft of unprecedented measures to try and protect the economy from the worst of coronavirus. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, saying it's as if we're at war with the virus, so we will protect the economy as if we're at war. The Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, gave the details: a £25,000 cash grant for small businesses, a zero interest loan of up to 6 months for small and medium businesses, business rates cut for the most at-risk industries like hospitality, leisure and tourism, and a 3-month mortgage holiday for families struggling to pay their mortgage for 3 months. No need to pay that for those 3 months. Perhaps they're struggling with income due to either losing their job or struggling with income due to a lack of earnings if they're self-employed. All of these measures designed not just to try and increase confidence in the economy, but to genuinely support individual people who either fear for their jobs or individual businesses who fear for the future of their business. But Rishi Sunak went even further. He said that if the £330 billion is not enough on its own to both protect the National Health Service and to keep businesses afloat, he will spend even more. A phrase he kept using over again: he'll do whatever it takes to keep the UK economy going during this trying time.
A public service video message on behalf of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has been shared by Dadasaheb Phalke Award winner Amitabh Bachchan on preventive measures of coronavirus.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं अमिताभ बच्चन। देखिए, हम सब मिलकर नोवेल कोरोना वायरस या कोविड-19 को फैलने से रोक सकते हैं। इसके लिए हमें बचाव के कुछ तरीके अपनाने होंगे। खांसते या छींकते समय हमेशा अपने मुंह को रुमाल से या टिश्यू से ढकें। इस्तेमाल किए हुए टिश्यू को तुरंत ढक्कनदार कचरे के डब्बे में डाल दें। अपनी आंख, नाक और मुंह को हाथ से न छुएं। अपने हाथों को समय समय पर साबुन और पानी से लगभग 20 सेकंड तक धोएं। भीड़ भाड़ वाली जगह पर जाने से बचें। अगर आपको खांसी, बुखार या सांस लेने में तकलीफ हो रही है तो आप दूसरों से दूरी बनाए रखें। ऐसे लक्षण दिखने पर तुरंत अपने डॉक्टर से सलाह लें। अस्पताल में आप अपने मुंह पर मास्क या रुमाल जरूर रखें। अधिक जानकारी के लिए स्वास्थ्य एवं परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय की एक हेल्पलाइन है 011-239-78046। अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए हमारी मदद कीजिए।
Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of news. Thanks for watching.